What's up, guys? It is currently Monday morning here, and well, trying to give you guys a rundown of what all we've got to do this week. So today we're going to get the Subi's oil changed. That is one thing that needs done. They're going to go over the car, and there's one other thing I've requested for them to check out, so hopefully they'll be able to check that out as well. But otherwise, it's just normal routine maintenance before we leave. One thing I do want to note is that, as you guys can see, I finally got around to putting these on the car. So I'm slowly getting things kind of organized here and trying to get everything put on the car before we leave, which I haven't mentioned yet. This is the vanity plate I picked out for this. This is awesome, and I know not a whole lot of people are going to understand it, and that's fine. This is actually based off a joke from work, because both my bosses are actually car guys. They both own Corvettes, and I told them that I was getting an STI, or that I've got an STI, and they were like, oh, well, you should probably go to the doctor for that. So this is pretty much where that stemmed from. That's kind of the whole joke. It's kind of funny, kind of not. It's just, but that's basically where that joke came from. And so as you can see, I have both nameless logos in the sides of the car. They're kind of almost equal. They look equal to me from back here, but as far as I'm concerned, they're close. Kind of jacked up this side. I wanted to get this all much closer to that, but I think I'm just going to leave it because there's really no sense in messing with it right now. Like I'm at first I was really kind of bothered by it, but now I'm just like, you know what, it looks fine. If it bothers me enough, I'll change it out or fix it. I've got more logos if I need to fix all this, so for now it works just fine. Probably still need to come out here with like a little X-Acto knife or something and like try and get the holes out still, but otherwise it is good to go as far as these logos. And I still have to put them on the truck as well. And speaking of the truck, we have a lot more to do with this truck right now than I currently thought. So my game plan was to actually put the hitch and the spare tire back on, but as you can see, that didn't go over too well. There's also a skid pan that has to go back underneath the truck, which again, I have not had any time to do, and it's almost impossible to lift this truck back up to put the skid pan back on. So at this point, I'm really kind of debating, do I really want to put it back on or not? You know, it's kind of one of these things where I'm just really not sure what I want to do yet. And I have ramps to be able to do oil changes or any other maintenance like for the Subi. I had a set of ramps for that, and I thought I could use it to do oil changes with this, but unfortunately what ends up happening is it scrapes the whole front splitter and it causes issues. So right now we're kind of like not really sure what to do. I think what I'll end up doing is jacking up one side of the truck, maybe possibly, and trying to like wiggle in jack stands on both sides or something like that. I'm not really sure yet, but that's kind of what I'm thinking for oil changes from now on. So there is that to consider and to think about. But otherwise, the truck is going in for the cam and stall this Wednesday, and tomorrow, Tuesday, I plan on taking it all back here and getting it cleaned up before we leave to take it and drop it off Wednesday, because I at least want it to look nice. And I'll empty out the catch can, do all that stuff, all the preliminary stuff, so that way they don't have a whole hell of a lot to mess with. So I just want it to look somewhat presentable for them, and hopefully the neighborhood cats don't destroy my truck in the middle of the night. So it's going to be really hard to not see the truck in the driveway for a little while. It's going to feel a little bit bittersweet, but I know it's going to be in good hands, and it's going to be inside the whole time. That's all that matters to me, is that it'll be inside, away from the elements, while I'm especially gone on vacation, which is a big thing to me, is that it'll be inside, going to be getting well taken care of and getting everything that needs to be done on the truck that I've been wanting to have done. So I'm really excited. I know I don't sound like it, but it's just kind of like it's all starting to like come to me. It's like, oh crap, it's actually happening. And we will do like one more once over of the truck, so that way you guys can see the 4.6 drop a little bit better. And I mean, I don't know if you guys can still kind of see how cool that is. And I mean, that's quite a hell of a, you know, wheel gap closing, you know, especially back here, you know, with track bars and all. But anyways, enough talking and enough mumbling about. We've got things to do to get the Subi ready to go. So I guess it's on our way to Falcon Subaru in Indianapolis. Well guys, we made it here to Falcon Subaru. I guess I've been saying it wrong all this time, and I deserve to, like, you know, Falcon Subaru. So anyways, I figured I would kind of walk around their lot. That's kind of what I do. That's kind of my notorious thing to do right now, has been walking around people's lots and checking out their stuff. Now these new WRXs I actually really like I want one of these so bad, and they actually get like decent gas mileage for what it's worth. And I'm like, you know, it would be a great little driver. It's all-wheel drive. This one's actually an automatic, and I'd prefer to have the stick, but again, that's my preference. As you can see, they have the 6-speed stick right over here. This one would be a lot more fun for me. This one's actually a 50th anniversary edition, so this one's probably a little bit more on the money market here. But like, I would really like to have one of these. Actually, the manuals get much better gas mileage, which is weird because you'd think the automatics would get more or better gas mileage, but they really don't. That's kind of odd. Total suggested retail price at $37,583. Those have the nicer caros. Like, that's actually a really nice car, really clean car. I would really like to have something like this as a daily driver. Good morning, guys. It is currently Wednesday. So situation report on the Subi. Everything checked out perfectly, and the oil is now changed in it, so we are now good to go. I had them do one other thing, which was to program the TPMS sensors in the tires. I hadn't had that done yet, so basically I let them go on ahead and do that. They got it taken care of, so everything is wrapped up for the Subi, and she is 100% ready to go for this weekend. So I'm really excited about driving her down to Tennessee. But today is also, like I said, Wednesday, which is the day that the truck is due to go into the shop for the cam and stall converter. Well, I got her all cleaned up yesterday, or at least I did my best to try and get her all cleaned up. It looks like it looks like the cats still tried to get on the truck anyway, so at least it's somewhat clean for them, and I did the best that I could at cleaning it up for them. And you know, because I didn't want to give them a dirty truck, and I didn't want them to have something that was all messy and stuff, so I at least cleaned it up some, and I left it back here thinking it might be safe. But looks like the cats tried their best to get up on the truck and did not succeed. Today, what we're also going to do is we're going to get it out of the backyard, and I want to try and do one more thing before we completely 100% send off the truck. Without further ado, I am going to do the last cold startup of the 2014 Chevy Silverado on stock cam. Definitely going to be bittersweet. So I'm gonna let her warm up just a little bit, and then we're gonna go drive the truck around to the front, and we've got one other thing to do, and then we will send her off. Just do a real quick walk around of the truck. I don't see anything major that I need to address, other than the fact that there is now muddy tires. I'm assuming somebody moved it while I was out, so no big deal. We do have one other thing to do, and that is to put the Shane Man 20 logo on the truck. So I'm going to put it up in the top left-hand corner, and yeah, so let's get that done. By the way, don't mind the skid pan here. It is currently off only because I never could get it back on, so I left all the hardware and everything for it right there, and I will let them know, the shop that is, that the skid pan's all back here and ready to be put back on whenever they button everything up. Alright guys, well there you go. Shane Man 20 YouTube channel. She's finally known. And she's finally on the truck. So I'm gonna go throw this stuff away and put that up, and then we can go out and have some fun. So now that I've wrapped up everything, got the logo on, there's only one other thing left to do, and that is to go take this old girl for a drive. And we've got one thing that I want to try and do. So as you can see, the oil temp has finally started to catch up, and so basically that's all I was letting the girl do, is get warmed up. And so we're gonna go out and do the one thing that I forgot to do this whole time and still need to do now. So we are actually at our favorite spot in Mexico. So there's only really one thing to do, and that is that I had not had a chance to do an actual quarter-mile time with this. I was planning to actually set this up to where I would, let's see, you know, it's already like trying to set me up anyways, but I wanted to try and actually go to like Edgewater or Indy or something and get a time, an actual time on this truck, but I just never got any time to do that. So unfortunately for me, the only times that I have open are weekends, and I don't have any days off, so got to utilize what I got. And in this case, I'm just going to utilize this. Now I know it is not accurate, it is not going to be 100%, and that is fine. I just want to get a ballpark figure, and it gives us something to work on. Okay, if that is good with everybody, then we'll be all right. Now, and like I said, I know it's better to have gone to the drag strip to get a much more official time, but I just want to get a ballpark figure. So with that said, I'm going to set myself up. Probably not going to be able to record too much of this, but I will try and find a place to put the camera that it'll at least record something, whether it's the noise or whatever. Because I didn't bring my suction cup mount, so yeah, let's rock and roll. All right, setting up for the burnout. So here we go. There we go. That was a nice smoky burnout. And then now we will flop it over to four-wheel drive. And then I'm going to try and see if I can't get this up in speed or in RPM, and then we'll be good to go. Oh yeah, we can definitely do that. So I apologize that you guys got shot off the center console. That launch was so hard that it actually shot you guys out. Now the time itself is not all that impressive, so it's really nothing to cry home about, but it is at least a baseline time of 15.6 at 93.8 miles an hour. So that's kind of a good idea, or at least a good way to look at this. So that is a happy number for me to base it all off of, and I guess we will see what the truck does with the cam install when it comes back. So we just made it back home, and I actually decided to do it one more time, and I set myself up perfect, and I actually knocked myself down by that much. So we're now down to 15.4, but at the same mile per hour, so, and a little bit better reaction time. but I mean, really, I don't think that's going to make that big of a difference. So anyways, that kind of gives you a ballpark figure to look at. I still figure this truck's probably in the low to mid 15-second range as it sits right now, because she's a heavy girl. She's 5,500 pounds. You know, she is not light in any sense of the word, and you know, it is what it is. So I guess we will take that as a baseline number, and we will try everything again when she comes back. Well guys, it is that time. It is time to take the old girl to Indianapolis. It's only going to be a half-an-hour drive, so this will be a bit of a bittersweet ride, guys. So the truck after everything is said and done will no longer be the same, obviously, but it's kind of a weird touch to think it will go from being something that was 100% daily drivable to something that you could still daily drive if you want, but it's not something you would necessarily want to start up at like 3 a.m. So unless you really love your neighbors. So let's go on ahead and go to Indy, and I will click the camera back on when we arrive. Well guys, we have just pulled in at Streetcraft right there. These are the guys that are going to be doing all the stuff with the truck, so I am gonna go see if somebody is here, and we will go get everything taken care of. Oh yeah. All right, so we have finally dropped the truck off at Streetcraft here. All kinds of stuff going on in here, and dropped it off. The infamous David Griffin is going to be tuning the truck, and it should be here for probably about a week and a half to get everything done. Should be tuned and ready to go by the time I get back. So I'm really excited. Kind of excited to get to meet Nick. So, you know, it is what it is, but everything has been dropped off. Everything is said and done. It's a bit bittersweet. Gonna miss the old girl for a little bit, but I know she'll be in good hands and she'll be inside the whole time. So I'm really happy about that, and she'll be well taken care of. So bye, old girl. I'll miss you. And with that, guys, that kind of leaves me with only one vehicle now. So while the truck is getting done, the Subaru is now officially the one and only vehicle I have to use until then. Now the Subi, as we already know, everything's taken care of. It's ready to go for the trip, and right now it's in the get packed position. So definitely gonna have some stuff packed by the end of today, probably when I get home tonight from work, and then it'll be off to the races early this morning. Now I don't have any plans to record on the way down unless I see something of interest. I'll keep a GoPro by my side, but otherwise the game plan is just to kind of drive down without really thinking about it and go from there. So hopefully the Subaru does well, I have no doubt. And that will wrap up everything for this video, guys. So hopefully you guys are really excited about all the stuff that's going on with this channel and the truck, because I can't tell you how ecstatic I am. I'm ready for it to be done, but it does take some time, and that's totally understandable. So while I'm gone, I'm going to enjoy my little blue rocket ship, and I'm going to have a whole hell of a lot of fun doing it. So with all that said, that is all I have for this video, and I will have tons of stuff coming up for this, and then we will talk about the truck once she's ready. So until then, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, because I do appreciate it, guys. I honestly do. And also, if you are stopping by this channel for the first time, or you just haven't thought about doing it yet, hit that subscribe button. Come on, guys, hit that subscribe button. If you're gonna do that, you got to hit that notification bell next to it, so you guys know when I post new videos, and you're not left out in the dark. Because if you're left out in the dark, it's a bad time. Okay, guys, just trust me on this. It's a bad time. So hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. You will save yourself a whole lot of time and effort. With all that said, guys, hopefully you have a fantastic day, and take it easy.